Worlds are an integral part of Kingdom Hearts 1 and every other Kingdom Hearts game for that matter, but today I decided to go for Kingdom Hearts 1 and we're going to look at one fact about every single Kingdom Hearts 1 world. Starting off with my favorite spot in all of KH1, Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands is a beautiful place, but what is the fact of the video? Now this fact I thought was actually really well known, but apparently it's not. Apparently not a lot of people know this, but there is 2 locations where you can pick up the drinking water. Apparently the one by the secret place is not known, and apparently the one by the cove area is a lot more known, and that's where everyone gets their drinking water for this part. But yeah, you can pick up drinking water in 2 spots on Destiny Islands. Moving on to Traverse Town. Now Traverse Town is one of those places that I think has been explored to death, but since a lot of new people joined the KH series over the last couple of years or so, after KH3 and a little bit before that, I figured why not talk about this one because I haven't seen it talked about in a fat minute, and that's the mural thing or whatever this is in the 3rd district, which if you take a closer look at it, it's on screen right now, it actually features Lady and the Tramp. And to be honest, I didn't know about this until a few years ago. Whenever I would pass by this place, I always thought it was just some random decorational piece. I never actually took a closer look at it until a couple of years ago, and I actually noticed what this thing is. But moving on to Wonderland. Wonderland, for this one I gotta say, the rabbit, the famous rabbit that you see in the first scene, the rabbit that's known for running his fat ass up those stairs, is actually high out of his mind. I am not kidding. Look at those eyes. What do they tell you? He's high out of his fucking mind. Moving on to Olympus Coliseum. If for some reason you start making your way through Olympus Coliseum after you seal the keyhole in Hollow Bastion, which I have no idea why you would do that, but whatever, the scene between Maleficent and Hades will be different. Specifically, Maleficent won't appear because she's dead. You'll just see Mike Torino, Hades, planning to kill Sora and the gang. There's no Maleficent in this scene. Moving on to Deep Jungle. After you complete Deep Jungle, a cutscene shows where you can see what princess was captured by the bad guys, and if you have been to Wonderland before, the princess that is shown on screen is Alice, but if you haven't, the princess that is shown is not Alice, but it's actually Snow White, because you haven't completed Wonderland, therefore Alice was not kidnapped yet. Also, real quick, if you're enjoying this video right now, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would help me out a lot. Also, feel free to go down to the description and check out my main channel where I do the GTA related content nowadays. Moving on to the 100 Acre Wood. In Kingdom Hearts 1 Vanilla, when you complete the 100 Acre Wood, you get an Orichalcum as a reward. However, this was changed in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, and instead you get an EXP ring. It's a little detail, I don't really know what to put for 100 Acre Wood, so I figured why not showcase the changed sort of reward that you get for completing it. Moving on to Monstro. This is probably the most interesting one out of the bunch, I'll be honest, and that's that Monstro was meant to be a gummy ship boss battle, but was changed to a full-on world inside of a whale. But I imagine the gummy ship boss battle thing was kind of supposed to be kind of like how it works in KH2 or KH3, but it was actually changed, like I said, in development, and it actually was made into a full-on world that we know and love today. It depends on whether you love Monstro, because if you're like me, then you get lost. Moving on. Atlantica, everyone's favorite world. Now Atlantica, I really, again, didn't really know what to do with this one. I couldn't find anything all too interesting on this, but I'll say this. In Atlantica, in Kingdom Hearts Reach and Memories, that's the only game that you don't transform at all in while you're in Atlantica, unlike in KH1. In Reach and Memories, Sora just looks like his normal self and is his usual outfit that he wears in KH1. This is actually because we're not in Atlantica itself, but in a replica of the world, but in reality we're still stuck in the confinement of Castle Oblivion. Moving on to Halloween Town. Halloween Town is the only world that features Heartless who are not hostile towards you upon your arrival. Even though it's for a brief amount of time, there is no other world in KH1 that I can think of where you can show up to and have Heartless not be hostile towards you. Moving on to Neverland. For Neverland, you know that door that is opened by Riku in the first scene when you first get to Neverland? Yeah, it only exists in that one scene, and if you go to that same spot on the ship in actual gameplay, there's nothing there. There's no trapdoor there. You can't fall through. You can just walk there freely and nothing will happen. So I figured that's a neat little oversight or detail. Depends on how you want to look at it. I don't know. Moving on to Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion can be considered the origin world of all Heartless, as way back in the day, Ansem the Wise, who was the ruler of the world, which was then known as Radiant Garden, of course, conducted experiments there on people, which eventually led to the creation of Heartless as we know them today. And that actually probably explains why Heartless are so strong in that world, because it literally is, like I said, the origin world of all Heartless. Moving on to End of the World, there was originally going to be an area called Crumbling Island there, and it would be what's left of Destiny Islands essentially, and we would fight Possessed Riku again, but it would all take place in End of the World just like it does in KH1 that we know and play today. But yeah, I figured that they never use this. In my opinion, that's because we already fought Possessed Riku once back in Hollow Bastion, so instead they just sort of changed that up a little bit, and you have the Ansem fight that you do have in Destiny Islands in that giant hole and like the destroyed Destiny Islands. I think that probably is what's left of that sort of concept. But with that said, I want to thank you for watching this little bit of a world facts video about Kingdom Hearts 1. If you have any facts that I missed or maybe that I could have featured, please do leave them in the comments down below. Leave your thoughts and opinions on these facts in the comments down below as well. Until next video or stream, bye bye.